Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up? And welcome to another podcast with my buddy Remy here.
What's up, Big Gee Dogg?
What's up? What's up? And a special shout out to the producing company King Shoe Fiend Store, Covina, California. Holla at them.
What's up? What's up? We got a great show today. We're talking about
What is that beeping?
We're talking about some conspiracy theories, some climate change, maybe some aliens with some skinwalkers, maybe Doge and all their findings, some politics. We got it all. What do you think we got? What we got going today?
Well, let's start off with this 877
1877 Cars for Kids.
Cars
Remember that
for
old
Kids.
jingle?
Yeah. So they've been in the news a lot lately, as a couple months. You heard it?
I know. I think you were telling me a little bit before the show.
Yeah, but we were talking about something else right before that. Refresh my memory.
We were talking about, the Wave
Furniture store.
I think it was the furniture store. Wavefield.
Yeah.
Some of those conspiracies back in the day. I think
We're gonna have someone
3 years
research
ago.
the name of this corporation. Yeah, not even a corporation. It's a company that sold furniture. Actually, sold kids as a pretense.
Whoa. Supposedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So we got we would have pictures on the internet of a nice couch, beautiful dining table with a kid in it.
And it was for like $30,000,
$30,000,
$35,000, something,
$15,000,
$40,000.
Well, apparently.
And they were named after people.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Well, apparently you weren't buying the furniture. You were buying the person in the picture.
Allegedly.
White slavery.
Allegedly.
Let me look up the name of this guy. Right, we talk about the other conspiracy we're going to talk about.
Well, what do you think? Let me tell you what I think about climate change. I know there's a lot of climate change talk going around these days, and I know a lot of people tend to gravitate toward, not wanting people to fly a lot, not wanting people to drive their cars, their gasoline cars, and move to EV. But I notice a lot of politicians and a lot of celebrities, they tend to fly their private planes.
Yep.
They don't tend to be driving, carpool. They drive their chauffeurs drive them around. They drive in their
Celebrities
planes.
have the biggest carbon footprint.
That's right.
Than most people.
They have a huge carbon footprint.
And it goes back to privilege. You're privileged. They go.
They're used to getting what they want.
Yeah, pretty much. The more money
Without
you have,
question.
Exactly. And that guy that goes into Epstein Island. I mean, shit. Did you hear how much they were paying some of these? I don't even know what would you call them? Victims, slaves?
Victims? You mean after? To silence them, you mean?
Yeah.
Or to have them not talk about what's going on.
Just
signing like NDAs and stuff
yeah,
like
they're
that?
signing NDAs, but they were getting a salary. Most of these people.
What do you think?
Like the Island Boys.
Yeah. What do you think about what's his name? Epstein's right-hand woman.
Is that his wife or?
I don't think so. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Her name is.
Are they married?
And I don't think they're married. They were business and. They had a business relationship and somewhat, relationship, I believe, on the side, but I don't think they were
I think she was
married or together.
CEO, Chief Executive Vetting Officer.
Maybe.
She brought everybody from.
Yeah, she did vet everybody that came in for all the supposed celebrities and the famous people, the politicians, and some royalty.
Yeah. Do you think
the FBI wanted to talk to Prince Andrew about his dealings, and he would not come to the United States. He said he will not come to the United States.
Yeah,
and the FBI, they wanted to talk to him. They wanted him to come in, but he didn't want to come in. And
do you think?
What makes you? Why do you think he didn't want to come in?
Oh, we know why. He's a pedo. Anybody. I used to have a lot of respect for Bill Clinton, but do you think? No. Here's a side question.
Well, supposedly he's been on the Epstein plane over 25 times. Who flies with a person in their lifetime 25 times? I've never flown. I've lived with my mother for most of my whole life, and I've never flown with her 25 times. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so my thing is, side question real quick.
Yep.
Do you think Hillary had Epstein killed to protect Bill? Or
I don't know.
Do you really think he committed suicide?
I mean, he did not commit suicide. I mean, if you think he committed suicide, you have personal problems.
Because in my mind,
with all this, the way everything went down, the cameras weren't there, or the cameras were there, but the cameras weren't working, or something like that. The cameras weren't working. People were supposed to be there, like security or the officers, the police that were in the jail. They were supposed to be there. They weren't there, and supposedly he had I think a cellmate that was part of the whole thing as well, that they put in there with him. Yeah. So, I mean, he didn't kill himself. So, I mean, he didn't kill himself.
Yeah, I mean,
he was murdered. What do you think?
I mean, me thinking, I'm not even a thousandaire. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm thinking if I have millions, billions in that case, shit, I can fight this for a long fucking time. Why would I kill myself?
Where do you think he got his money from?
Trafficking in kids or human trafficking.
Do you think he worked for government, like an operative? How people are talking about?
I've heard those theories, and
people are saying the same thing about Diddy.
Yeah, they're saying. I mean, see, here's the thing where a lot of people don't agree with me, and I'm gonna put this out there: is I do believe a government can and will kill a few hundred for the greater of the masses.
Oh, they will, definitely.
So,
I mean, we've had false flag wars. So, I mean,
I just find it crazy because somebody has said, and I'm talking about, I think it was in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. It was a doctor, a professor out of Georgetown. I can't remember his fucking name to save my life, but he talked about how transgender was going to become the new norm, and the crazy part about it is after that pedophilia will become the norm. And then now doctors, therapists, psychiatrists are saying that now.
No, it's not pedophilia anymore. It's what is it? Young, attracted. What is it? What is it?
I know what the fuck is it. I've seen that meme too.
Yeah.
But no, it all boils down to that. It's like when I feel that when you have too much money, you don't know what the fuck to do with it. That's when you
start doing bad things.
I mean,
yeah.
I know certain people that they've had
child actors.
They've had luck in their life, and with that luck comes Jay.
Big J money.
It comes what were we talking about?
The Hollywood and the pedos.
Yeah, so I feel that fuck man, once you had a couple threesomes, once you had a couple foursomes,
too much money.
Yeah, it's too much money, and then you put drugs in the mix, put alcohol in the mix. Now fuck it, anything goes, and then you gotta find shit that's even weirder to get you off. Because you know what?
True. Nothing satisfies you anymore when you're
anybody that says that scat play is normal or fucking wet works, whatever that shit is, you got fucking some shit wrong with you. Yeah, we all got our vices, but wowzers.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't think Epstein killed himself. You know, there's not 1% of me that thinks he does. So I'd like to hear anybody's thought that how he did. You know, he was in a cell. I think he was on suicide watch too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that.
What do you think could happen with Diddy's situation? See, he has a lot of money. So
Have you heard of Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy who was the crypto guy that went to jail?
No,
he was one of the biggest Democratic donors, and he had a crypto scheme that Tom Brady lost money, and a lot of celebrities lost money with his crypto scheme, and now he's in prison, and he's in the same prison as Diddy. They're in the same prison together, and I believe they've seen each other on occasion.
Damn, what is that?
Do you think Diddy is an operative? Just like they're saying
Nah,
with that.
he is
do you
a
think
fucking weirdo, sicko, enfermo.
Do you think he has his place videotaped like Epstein and the whole the way Epstein has evidence for against everybody there, videotaping?
Dude, I believe everything I have heard about P. Diddy. You could just see that fucking evilness in that motherfucker. Just to have, because you gotta think, businessmen, they make enemies every day. They don't make friends every day. A real businessman makes enemies every day. And you gotta have a leg up on the competition or the person that's telling you not trying to fuck you over,
Yeah.
Because he owns the masters to anybody else part of Bad Boy. Did you have something for us?
I just want to say, Diddy's in jail?
Yeah, he's been in jail for months.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He's been in jail for doing a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
To a lot of bad people and a lot of bad underage people.
Yeah. And dude, you know that it's funny. People were releasing all kinds of shit, all the memes, which were fucking hilarious, man. The internet is fucking vicious.
His previous wife, didn't something happen with her? She passed away
Yeah.
a while back, and supposedly did you hear that Jamie Foxx said something about him?
And you got poisoned?
Being poisoned potentially by Diddy as well. Holy cow, man!
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He's like the black version of Hillary Clinton. Jeez.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the Paul Walker thing I told you about. He was getting ready to say some shit.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? Like, people don't even think about it or say anything. Hey, are you live or not?
No.
Real. We're live. People are hitting me up. The whole. Have you heard like some of Biggie's fucking old lyrics or?
Biggie has a lot of lyrics that he I think took from other people.
No. But just
there's a guy who has almost the exact same name as him who came out and was doing music that I believe Biggie kind of took from him. His name and everything.
You know why? Another reason I believe what P. Diddy did and is doing is the way he fucking buried Shine. Remember Shine?
Yeah, he took the rap for him.
Yeah. But you know what? Shine's family was well taken care of. I think he's a Dominican or Haitian, one of those two.
Yeah, he went to prison for a while. And I believe is he already out?
Dude, I'm gonna blow your fucking mind right now.
Been out.
He's a fucking senator or fucking governor.
Senator Shine?
Dude, of fucking something in Dominican. I'll Google his name right now. But they even have a documentary about this shit.
Wow. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know.
He is saying that shit till this day. And before he didn't say nothing because they took care of his family while he was in there. They took care of him. But now that he's out, he's like, fuck that. I didn't even have a gun. And P. Diddy's the one that allegedly.
No, I believe it. He was with J-Lo, right?
Yeah, he was with J-Lo at the time. He was, that's when she was Jenny from the Block.
Yeah. I know she did a lot of, there was some dirt with her too that's come out as well. But yeah, that's a Epstein one right there. They're both pretty much the same people. I don't know who would be considered Diddy's right hand man or right hand person.
Well, no, that was his main.
Is there anybody that's comparable to Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah. What the fuck is the name of that assistant? He's fucking getting immunity.
I've never really seen any type of assistant from.
Yeah, he has an
Puffy,
assistant.
throughout the years. It's just been him. I remember him and Mace. Mace was his his homie, and that was it. Mace didn't, broke himself off from him too.
Back to Shine real quick.
Wasn't it Bentley? The guy that used to hold the umbrella for him and all that shit? Remember that guy? Bentley
I don't
Farsley?
know.
Farsley
Yeah,
Bentley?
I think that's the guy.
Yeah.
The guy, he was in the hotel room when the girlfriend got beat up in the hallway.
Oh, when he was dragging it
Yeah,
out.
he supposedly was in the room. I don't know, but yeah, back to Shine real quick.
Cassie was the
He's
one.
from Belize.
Yeah, Shine from Belize.
And he's the leader of the Democratic Party. So he went from fucking murderer.
He went from rapper to supposed murderer to politician. I guess that's the route they go anyway, right?
Primo, real quick, side fact. You know Belize used to be part of Honduras? Yeah, French took it. But anyways, back to the show. So yeah, and I believe you are right, Jay, about what was his name again?
Bentley.
Bentley?
Fairly Bentley or some shit like that.
Yeah, that guy. I think. Let me go with that shit. What is
Yeah, I've never seen anybody who's been in the public that's been like Puffy's right hand man. It's always been him, and I think his family, right?
Also,
his
that girlfriend, what was
family's
her name?
been
Cassidy. What was his girlfriend's name? Cassidy.
That's the girl he beat up in all the time.
Yeah, that
Cassie.
girl.
Cassie was her name.
Yeah, Cassie.
Cassie.
Yeah, his family has been mostly involved with this as well, right? Like his kids, like his son.
His oldest son.
Right? He's
Dude, I think his oldest son cleaned all his laptops and all this shit.
You can try to clean as much as you can, but as the famous LeBron James said, ain't no party like a Diddy party, right? Now so.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some skeletons in a lot of people's
His name is, and he's the one that's coming out, is Farnsworth Bentley. Yeah. But his actual name is Derek Watkins. He's actually has immunity from anything, and he's the one that's dropping dime on Diddy.
Oh, he has immunity from whom?
Any kind of prosecution.
From the government?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what's funny is I'm surprised these Democrats aren't blaming fucking Doge for going after Diddy. Those people are unhinged.
Yeah.
The left is unhinged.
It seems that the Democratic side is for some reason taking all these topics, the public is about split 80-20. The public wants Doge to go after the IRS, all these government organizations. What is it? USAID, the one that doesn't give any USAID.
Yeah, exactly.
All these companies, they want, we want 80% of America wants Doge to go after them, and 20% doesn't. And all these topics that the Democrats are supporting are all the 20% side. So, like, they don't want you, now all of a sudden, they don't want you to, audit the IRS. Like,
I don't get it.
Who doesn't want the government to be audited every step of the way? Who doesn't want transparency every step of the way? The people that are doing the corruption are the ones that don't want this.
Right.
They don't want any.
I just don't get it. It's like, man, if you're trying, I believe in transparency. You know what? If you're paying taxes, why can't I know what the hell is being broken down to or where it's trickling into?
Exactly. Where's your money going? You need to have, like, especially like the lottery. The lottery is supposed to go to schools. Where is all that money? Can we see the trail? Because schools are getting what in the U.S. where there's more money given to each student than anywhere in the world, and we have the worst education, and this slips right into Doge, and the whole Department of Education, and Trump signing the executive order, just wiping out 50% of the Department of Education, which has been worthless since the 70s.
What's up, Jay Billy? Oh, I thought you were going to.
Worthless since the 70s. We've spent $2 to $3 trillion on to the Department of Education, and the numbers have just gone down and down, decade after decade after decade. It's been over 40 years, over 45 years, and we have nothing to show for it, except our kids are at the bottom of all the statistics.
No, I totally agree. Asian kids, and I mean, when I say Asian, you got Japan, you got China, they're blowing us out of the water in every...
All other countries.
Yeah, even Middle Eastern countries are at war right now. That's the crazy part. How the hell are your kids in, your country's in war and your kids doing better than kids here? It just makes no sense. And they got this stupid ideologies they want to teach in school, which I think takes away from the learning experience.
Yes, you should learn in school. You should not be taught any religion in school. You should not be taught any ideologies in school.
Politics.
Any politics in school. It should be reading, math, history, science, fun, health. That's it. What you do on the weekend with your, significant other has nothing to do with my child or anything to do with the
Correct.
school,
Correct.
the school district. That
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the hell my teachers did in high school growing up. I didn't even know that they were married. And if they weren't married, I didn't know if they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a significant other. I didn't know any of that. They didn't care to tell me. I didn't care, and we don't
But
even
now,
know.
your
But
teacher
now-
has
but
colored
now-
hair.
Yeah.
She's gonna come with some crazy Democratic rhetoric. It's just crazy. I just can't. I can't stand it. I think I totally agree with you. School should be the fundamentals, and even then with school, I think they need to start teaching certain curriculum at a lower grade so kids can get more advanced in other fucking countries.
They need to teach kids things that will help them in life.
And common sense.
Yeah, they need to teach them common sense and certain things. You know, you can't be something just because you want to be it. You know, you
It's
are.
cool to
what-
imagine you're a tree. Doesn't really mean you're a tree.
I mean, my son.
What's up, Jay Billy? What you got for us?
I think Remy's favorite teachers or staff members were Mr. Garcia and Mr. Stupid.
Yeah, from high school.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we had some pretty bad teachers in high school. Pretty bad administrators.
You know what, dude? I'd rather have the fucking teachers I had in high school that were total assholes, kick me out of their class, send me to the fucking office because they couldn't take a joke.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that shit than some fucking teacher asking me and then me getting in trouble for not wanting to use pronouns. That is some wild shit. I know a person that got failed and dropped from a college course class because they refused to use pronouns. The teacher failed and kicked the person out of the class.
Yeah.
And the
See,
college
that's not a teacher. That is a
dictator.
yeah.
No, and crazy part is, due to legal reasons, the college refused. It was a community college, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Refused to get involved because it could lead to litigation. So they didn't take a side with the professor or the student, which I think is totally wrong. Because if I'm paying to go to your school and I don't follow the ideology or pronouns this, pronouns that, why should I suffer? Why should my grades take a hit? Because
that doesn't sound like a teacher. That sounds like an activist.
Yeah, and the crazy part is this person had like an over 3.5 GPA. And that in itself is impressive for a college student. I don't care community or not. Just to have, is that Rolandito rolling up? Yeah, that's Rolando right there. Yeesh! Rolando! Damn, ballin'. Anyways,
Is that our sponsor?
the sponsor just showed up.
Sorry, guys. Our sponsor showed up.
Big shout out to the Department of Water and Power. Where were we at? No, but yeah.
Our sponsor today is by King Taco, and the owner just rolled up right now. So.
No, but yeah, back to this. You know, a 3.5 is impressive for any student, let's be honest. And one class is going to tank that down to like a 2 point something. You know, one fail will fuck your so now they got to work harder.
So, what do you think about the Department of Education being pretty much abolished as a department of whole and being passed down to the states? Do you think that the states are going to now say that money associated with your child in public school is going to follow them around where they want to go?
What I think is going to happen in major cities, I'm sorry.
I know we can't speak for every state
Yeah.
if it's going to be passed, since the states are going to take care of it. But since
the
we're in
problem is-
California, how do you think
Yeah, that's what I'm
California's going to
saying.
handle it?
Like California, New York, Florida, stuff like that. Big metropolitans have a lot of immigrants and stuff like that. All these different classes.
Do you think immigrants are going to be undocumented immigrants? Do you think they're going to be given that money to follow their child around as well?
Well, I think that what should happen is, I do believe in the Dreamer Act.
I know what you're talking
No,
about.
yeah, you know, the way I'm trying to state it, I don't want to sound offensive to anybody because shit, you say the wrong thing nowadays. Yeah, G Dogg. What's up?
Someone by the name of Genital Grinder put "Where the weed at?"
What up? Shout out to my boy Martin. What's up? Where's it at?
If you want to bring it, baby.
And then the same dude put "Roll up."
Roll up, roll through.
And then
Roll
someone
down.
like Blast
Blasphemy.
Blast Plasma put "Spooky" here or Spookster. The Spookster.
Yeah. He wants to hit the Pookie? I know him though. Big shout out to Joe Septic on Joey Oser. They both are in a band together. Alright. But yeah, back to this. You know,
So you think it's going to get kicked down to the States, and how do you think California will handle it?
California's gonna be fucking horrible. I'll tell you that much. It's gonna be a nightmare because you got these Democratic libtards that are gonna just want to divide the money so many different ways that it's not even gonna follow kids around.
So let me ask. I know Gavin Newsom, our favorite governor of California. He has a new podcast.
Really?
Yeah, he has a podcast where he brings on people. He had Charlie Kirk on his podcast as well.
Wow,
And
I'm surprised.
Charlie Kirk, talked to him here and there, but it was pretty much them giving each other, kudos on their
Pretty
accomplishments.
much sucking each other off.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk went way softer on him than I thought he would or could. But he did give a jab about Latinx, the whole liberals, getting calling people Hispanic people Latinx. What do you think about that term?
I hate the term Latinx.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Or with the E, go for it. With the E, all that. I don't think that the Latino has always been Latino or Latina. I don't understand this stuff about X this, X that. But it's just crazy. Say what's up. Say what's up, Remy.
What's going on, everybody?
Can you put that right there? I'm going. I was gonna echo. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Where did you want to get another one?
But that whole
Perfect. Yeah.
that whole politically correct, and that's a term for just one gender, right?
Yeah,
That
it's a non-binary thing.
Yeah.
To me, like I said, we all got our own lives to live. But when you want me to start believing your fairy tales, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, I mean, if someone wants to believe that, that's fine. My kid thought he was a dinosaur for a while, I didn't, let him sleep outside and feed him feed him raw meat and, bone. So it's just, you just gotta tell him, this is how life is and this is how everything is, and you're not a dinosaur. And yeah. Yeah, so I think the left is kind of gone down that rabbit hole that we're trying to get out of.
Yeah, so back to the real quick, the left. Isn't it so crazy who you see protesting? It's not even minorities protesting. It's freaking old white people calling Tesla, Elon Musk, and Donald Trump white supremacists.
Yeah.
These are old white people saying this shit.
A South African immigrant who has a
little bit of autism. So what?
The most famous, EV
He
company
has a
in
little
the
bit of the
world,
downs. What's the deal?
and has a rocket company that helps NASA bring astronauts from home. Is supposedly the bad guy.
Yeah, and I find it's so crazy. I mean, think about all the stuff Tesla's done. I mean, just the brand name. Elon Musk, the things he's done, Tesla, SpaceX, this internet it's like the best internet out there, and you don't need all you need is a power source for it. That's it.
Yeah.
And any business he touches, he's in the billions. All his businesses are in the billions.
Yeah.
And to have Tampon Tim saying that the stock is going down. Oh, real quick on this one, Did you know he's the governor of, was it Minnesota?
Minnesota.
He's the governor of Minnesota. Their retirement plan for Minnesota
Is tied to Tesla.
is tied to Tesla stock.
And he made a
Yes.
comment saying that his iPhone
Yes.
is he tailored it to have the Tesla stock show.
And it dropped
every day.
250 points.
And since it's dropping, he says he gets satisfaction out of it.
Yes.
Even though his state is tied to their pensions are tied to about almost 4%.
Pensions and retirement plans.
4% of Tesla stocks.
That is how detached
Yeah.
leftists and
They just live
Democrats
in
are.
their own bubble. They talk to themselves and they don't talk to people that are outside. So they tend to be just totally cut from reality, living in their own bubble.
Nah, totally agree.
So,
Hey guys, well on that note, we're gonna end this podcast.
We had a
I
good
want to
show
give a
today.
big shout out to Jay Billy from King Shoe Fiend,
King Shoe Fiend in the
the
house.
proud sponsor, our only sponsor.
This has been brought to you by King Shoe Fiend.
And a big shout out to my buddy Remy right here.
What's up, Gee Dogg?
And we will see you next time. All right, guys, talk to you
All right.
soon.
Peace.